I swear, Mashup has not failed me yet. One thing that I have always been proud of is our transparency here at the Tailgate Foodie. And this past weekend, I heard something that really resonated with me. That was that if you're tired, you don't have to do your job. In honor of the Colts Vikings game, I'm actually going to tap out. I'm going to have one of my business partners do the recipe this week. Maybe I'll be back. I don't know. But have a good one, everyone.
Nah, I'm good.
Wait.
Nah, I'm good.
Wait. I had to do my job. Ah, man. So we got the Vikings, we got the Colts this week. After last week with that fantastic recipe, Texas red chili in a sourdough bread bowl, it'd be hard to top that. I had to get really creative because I didn't want to do a pork tenderloin again. Vikings, a couple things come to mind. Juicy Lucy's hot dish. Wild rice. Indianapolis is also known for a couple things. And I've already done a pork tenderloin sandwich. Being from the Midwest, they're definitely corn forward. I think this is gonna be really, really good. We're gonna keep it lazy. So this one's for you, Anthony Richardson. See you, bud. Like I said, today's recipe is super lazy, so I bought everything in a can, including the rice. For those of you that didn't know, as well as myself, apparently you can buy wild rice in a can. It's water, salt, wild rice. And honestly, because we're frying it, I don't think it really mattered. I think if I would have bought regular rice and just did it myself, I think I would have got the same exact flavor profile. So first, we're gonna strain everything, the corn, the rice. You're gonna take that, dump it right back into the bowl after you pour that strained water out. Stir that up nicely. You're gonna do a lot of stirring today. We're gonna toss in that Texas Crutch. Has a nice garlicky aspect. You get the salt content that you want and all those other background flavors. And like I said, we're going ultra lazy today. So I bought some bacon bits. I didn't feel like making bacon, but the one thing that I didn't want to eat was the packet that fell out. This right here is going to be the most work you do the entire time. The only knife work that you need to do. Cut some green onions, throw them in there, mix it up. Save a little bit for the back end, so that way you can top your fritters when you're done. Again, just buy some pre-cut cheese. Why not? We're being lazy today. Being from Wisconsin, I should have realized that I needed more cheese. Cheese tax. Like I just said, I'm pretty disappointed in my Wisconsin hood because I should have known from the start that I needed more cheese. But I decided to add some later, so we're good. I'm probably doing the order of operations wrong, and I don't really care. It's fine. It's not that serious. So here's some mysterious white powder, and then we're going to top it off by a little bit of cornmeal. Again, you're going to be doing a lot of stirring today. And that's when I realized I forgot to get the baking powder out. Not baking soda, baking powder. You can't just swap them out. Remember what I said earlier. You're going to be stirring a lot. Get that arm ready. I don't care what the FDA says about eggs. They're delicious, so we're going to use a couple. And then we're going to add a little bit of moo juice too. Absolutely do not use almond milk or soy milk. It's got to be OG moo juice. I didn't love how wet the mixture was, so I decided to throw in a little bit more flour and a little bit more cornmeal. I didn't know exactly how I wanted to measure this, but I decided to go on a 1/4 cup, and it worked absolutely perfectly. I think that size is fantastic for the appetizer size fritter that we created. I would wet my hands between each patty so it doesn't stick to your hands as much. We are going to be frying at about 350 degrees. For that first one, I pop it up to 370-ish, so that way when we put the fritters in, that temperature will come down below 350 actually. So when each fritter is done, you're actually going to want to let it get back up to that level. Don't just toss it in, because otherwise you're going to get super oily fritters. It's going to be really gross, to be honest with you. Just do it my way. It's the best way. Genuinely didn't think about the fact that corn kernels equals popcorn. Normally, this is where I would tell you to salt your finished product, But while I was cooking, I looked at the can of the rice and realized that there was already a pretty decent amount of salt in there. So I decided to skip the finishing salt. So frying these, I created popcorn and burned the out of myself. Let's plate these up, make them look pretty. Now, obviously, if you're at a tailgate, you're not going to have this pretty white plate. But if you're at a couchgate and want to make these look good, get your pretty china out. Make a nice little drizzle. Throw a little bit of green onion on it. It's going to be so good. But if you're at a tailgate, honestly, just throw them at your drunk friend. Hope that he catches it. And if he doesn't, he's going to pick it up off the ground and eat it anyway. So who cares? OMG, is this food porn? I swear, Mashup has not failed me yet. You get little pockets that are just the dough, which is AP flour, mixed with cornmeal, and it tastes like deep fried cornbread, and I love cornbread. And the corn that's on the outside that really got fried hard has a nice texture to it. The wild rice has a nice texture. The Alabama white sauce is what takes it over the top, in my opinion. There's some sweetness. You get that mayo and you get that vinegar with all the fatty goodness. Poof, great appetizer. This is really good. Plus I made the game time decision of throwing in a little bacon. Indianapolis Colts, Minnesota Vikings, mashup, sweet corn, wild rice fritters for the win. My goodness, these are good. Now, it's time to clean up my kitchen because I made an absolute mess. Whoopsies.